Welcome.
We are miners, we are one, we are Rabid.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome. What's happening? How's everyone doing today? What is today? Tuesday? I think, hold on, I gotta check what day it is. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So today is Tuesday. Going kind of random live here. I was actually gonna wait till tomorrow to start maybe doing more live streams, you know, March 1st, beginning of a new month, beginning of a new thing, and just kind of see how things go. But you know what? Some things were happening today. I was like, you know what? We got to go live. Let's do this, see what's happening, see if anyone shows up or not. And looks like we got currently 59 viewers, 18 likes. Guys, what's wrong with that number? Hit that like button, guys. Smash it up. Let's go to the moon all the way. Let's do a quick roll call, see who we got going on in the house today. Oh, do I have my buttons ready for this? No, I don't. Here we go. So we got Dan Ruggs POS. What is going on? Looks like he is the ultimate issue in the Solana going down. Yes, they went down yet again. We got Budweiser. All right, awesome. Moving on here. What do we got going on? Talking. Ethan Westfield, what is happening?
Rud Pots.
Crypto Moss 1, what is going on? What's happening over there? Scrolling through. Ron Watkins, what's happening? Welcome. Skirm, what's going on, Skirm? Scrolling. Sling Buzz, OV, Gaming Viz, what's going on, Gaming Viz? Nice to see some gamers hanging out in the crypto space. Just kidding. I used to be a gamer, 100%. That's before I knew about crypto, I was a gamer, and then I found out about crypto. I was like, hey, you know what? My gaming hardware can give me money. Why not? So that's how, you know, everything kind of began. We got Mind Some 10. What's happening? Chris Hanley, Crypto Perks. Going on, Crypto Perks. Ogre MGTOW. What's happening? John Franquist Aubin. Chris Hanley. Kyle Rosa. 360 Mining. Oh, Crypto Perks again. Scroll through. Automatic Beats. What's happening? Mind Some 10 again. What's happening? Legendary Status Gaming. Oh, he's not just gaming. He is a legendary status. Nice. J Mining, what's happening? Dingo Ma. Oh, jumped on me. Sorry, guys. John Doe. First time 13. What's happening? Blow up the, what is that? Tron? Best YouTube. What's going on? Toxic Miner. What's happening? John Doe's in the house. And Rick 4. I think I got everyone. If I missed you, just yell at me and I'll say your name. Karen Zawart. What's happening? Blow up the chain again. All right. So how's it going, everyone? Welcome. What are you guys all up to? X64-bit player is currently at work, so he's going to be off and in and out, listening in the background. Maybe it's cranked on the home or work radio or something. I don't know. Could be a thing, possibly. So I opened it up saying GPU mining profits climbing, and they're a lot better before the stream than they are now. It was pretty insane, actually, a little while ago. So let's take a look at this. I wanted to actually open this up. My original title was going to be 2.5 times more profitable than Caspa. And then when I set up my stream and I was about to put in my title, I hit the refresh button and it was different. So I couldn't use that title. And this one is still close to accurate, I guess. But we know what happens when it comes to when something gets profitable, something starts pumping, the hash rate slowly moves into it and then profits drop. Regardless, let's take a look at this. So let's go into hashrate.no here. And right off the top, it's not showing it. This is before the refresh. So after power and what to mine was actually showing this as well. A lithium was 18-cent profit. Yes, that is after power on an RTX 3070. 18 cents after power is like 42 cents before power. Crazy. That's awesome. And what to mine was showing the same numbers. Now, if I hit the refresh button, this is probably going to change. Bam. Because I wanted to keep this one here. So that's going to refresh. Now we got, oh, where is the lithium? It's down to, looks like 10-cent profit. Still pretty good, actually. It actually came back up. Now let's go to what to mine. Do another reset calculation in here. See what it is currently showing us. Oh, no. Okay, it's picking back up. So when I started the stream and I was looking at this, Caspa actually went above a lithium again. And a lithium went down to like 5 cents or something after power. Now this is 11 cents per kilowatt hour. I base everything on my crypto power, my experience. The channel is based on everything I do. So I try to cater to as many people as I possibly can. I do I guess, inflated prices sometimes and so on, just so we can look at all the options around something. But right now, this is at my current power, 11 cents. And the lithium is back to 13 cents after power. Now, Crypto School 101, let's start this. And, we should probably do a little bit of educational stuff regarding this, because it seems like there is a lot of people. Now, most of you guys out there, mine some. All you guys actually in here are most likely know what's going on when it comes to crypto, hash rates, network difficulties, and so on, and how it plays a price. But previous to the Ethereum merge, it seemed like the majority of miners have no clue what is going on in terms of mining. Now, I don't know much about the blockchains, what they're doing, what they're building on the dev side, but when it comes to mining and actually looking into what's going on, it seems like a lot of people have no clue understanding this. Because remember, if you look back before the Ethereum merge, people were talking about Ravencoin is still profitable, Flux is still profitable, Ergo is still fluxible, or fluxible. What was that? That was a weird combo of words, but it was still profitable. So people that were saying this have no clue what hash rate means for other coins. Also, they have no clue how big of a network Ethereum truly was for all the miners out there. And then now we've seen what happened at that. Ethereum left, the hash rate flooded the other coins, and profitability went to negative for pretty much everybody, unless I think what was break even originally right after, like 4 or 5 cents. Now that number is coming up, and obviously we're way above that. Today, 11 cent is profitable. So break even right now on something like a lithium could maybe be around 14, 15 cents right now. Just speculating. We could obviously just plug it in here and look at it, I guess. That'd be the easiest way to see where is break even price. But I don't expect this to last. Now, actually looks like Caspa is still 2 cent profitable at 14 cent power. So, it's looking like a break even point on a single coin is 14 cents. So, yeah. Regardless, that's what's going on. So a lithium is currently, it just changed again. Caspa is at 8 cents. So that's how crazy it is. So if you actually come into here, now you do have to use current profitability and current value. See right here, I have current profit, current values. Now we're used to just going by, you come onto here, it's defaulted to the 24-hour average. Now, because hash rate is bouncing around constantly, that's going to be way out to whack because we don't have an average. We're going to have to use all the current values because as GPUs turn on, GPUs turn off, and so on, it's going to drastically change this. So as people notice, a lithium profitability is picking up. If the price is holding strong, that means people are going to start moving their GPUs over, and that increases the hash rate, which increases that difficulty. Now you're competing with so many other people, that's going to drop that down. Now I actually did the numbers here, and a lithium isn't that big of a network, so it cannot handle much more hash rate. So let's take a look at this cheat sheet right here. So we got this sheet here. I kind of updated the current Caspa numbers, Nexa as well. And I added in a lithium. And as we can see, a lithium at the current price and everything is only paying $8,827 to the miners. That's like pennies. Pennies, guys. So this network, the way it is right now, cannot support that many miners at all. Now, if you were a trader and you mined this way back when it first became dual mining and stuff, and you got a stack a stockpile of coins lined up, you're making some good bank. We come into a lithium here. Now, can you guys see? Can't really. Let's try chart one. You guys see over there with that one? There we go. Chart one works. Look at the price. Look at the lithium did. If you have a bunch of coins and you bought in over here sometime, kaboom, you're making some bank. We're up 67.16% across a lithium. That is a nice pump. Caspa's doing kind of the same thing. It's been seeing a nice pump as well. Let's take a look at this. Caspa's up 69 point something, but here it's sitting at 0.006 cents. Now, before that, it was what, 0.001 or 0.0008 or something? It's crazy. And now we're over the 1 cent mark. Now, Caspa did crack that 1 cent mark a month or two ago, and it became a big deal. Once you hit that 1 cent, people start talking about you, and now it's climbing above that. So I'm pretty bullish on Caspa. I got to be honest with you. I don't have very much. I have like maybe 14,000. When I tested that E300 FPGA miner there, I mined on it for 24 hours, and it made me 14,000 coins in 24 hours. I only used like 400 watts or something. It's crazy. Those things are absolute beasts. But one thing we do have to kind of recognize. Now, this doesn't mean go out there, buy a bunch of hardware and stuff. because this is the other part of crypto mining that's going to be affected. Now, currently we got Caspa and Nexa is looking good. Alephium, I don't know about too much, but I do know 99% sure that eventually, maybe before 2025, Caspa and Nexa may no longer be GPU mineable. Now, that does not mean you cannot mine on your GPU anymore. It just means that these coins are not catered to GPUs only. They've been upfront and open that they don't care what mines it. Eventually, the evolution is FPGAs and onto ASICs. So, depending how long it takes for them to roll out, we are seeing, like I said, the E300s for Caspa and stuff rolling out. So, it might not be too much longer. It is a lot harder to get your hands on FPGAs. So, that's probably going to slow that process down to pretty much a halt, extending that whole situation. The other thing, that means we have maybe a year left because there is a fast emission happening. Now, I still don't know what's going on with the whole Caspa emission thing. Some people say, it only has 6 months left to mine, 1 month or 1 year left to mine. But then other places you look, that's just based on the schedule of other hardware coming online and GPUs falling off. So I don't know the full background on that. But eventually, both of these coins most likely may not be efficiently worth mining on GPUs anymore. So this might be something we have to keep in the back of our mind. But right now, they are currently the second and third largest coin paying GPU miners today, which is huge because this was not actually here in Ethereum. It was always before in Ethereum. Caspa was here prior to it, but it was really in the 100% spec mining phase. There wasn't even an exchange for it yet. Son of a tech, he's definitely capitalized on this. He has himself a nice bag of this coin. I'm sure he's hoping this thing hits over $1. If it does, that is awesome because son of a tech, he's an awesome guy. We all know this. So yeah, but anyway, the future of this stuff is really undecided at this point right now. Let's just jump in here. Anything going on in the chat? Emissions on Caspa, cough, cough. Yeah. Caspa's emission schedule adjusts every month. Yeah, I got to look into it. Like I said, I don't look into the blockchain side of things, but as a miner, I definitely should be looking into that because that's actually something that does affect mining profits, is knowing how this emission is going to change in the future. Just kind of how I just mentioned, eventually, if these FPGAs and other hardware come online, that's greatly going to affect us as well. So I got to look into that emission schedule and see what's going on. Caspa hits $1. I can be a full-time YouTuber. I see mine some has a nice bag as well. So I'm debating. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But if we look back at let's say, what if FLUX or not FLUX? What if Caspa is the next FLUX? Now I don't mean the next FLUX, because you can't compare two coins together side by side because they're all doing different things. Well, in theory, most of them are actually trying to do the same thing, which is not really anything. But some things are actually doing things different and doing that. So you can't compare one crypto with another crypto. But if we look back, I'm talking about a price point here. And Caspa's been gaining a lot of steam. They're reworking their algorithm. The devs are very, very active, 100%. So back in 2021, maybe I should look at this. Let's take a peek. Let's open up FLUX price. We're going to go back to 2021 here and just see this. Could this potentially be Caspa in, I don't know. I'd have to say 2025 because we're not anywhere near a bull market yet, but we are going to see massive ups and downs. That's a guarantee. We've been saying this before. I believe 2023 is the year of the trader, but I want to come into here. I want to come here. So I want to look right at this part. And then where's 2021? Right at the start, right in that area somewhere. So here we go. So look where Caspa. We got FLUX here coming in at 6 cents, 1 cent, 2 cents. I believe it was around 2 cents or something just prior to this. 2021. Let's come back a little bit more. There we go. We have 2.4 cents on February 1st, just January, 2 cents. So let's just go a little over 2 cents. And then it shot up to $2.89. Now, I think this was something like a 40,000% gain. Could this be Caspa leading into the next bull run from now? Now, it may happen in 2025 and hit these levels. That'd be insane if it hits those levels. So should we buy Caspa? Maybe. We all hope so. Should we mine it and just, hold on to those coins? If it's not covering power, obviously then just buy it. But even mining it would definitely cover your power. Future, I believe FLUX, I cannot say name state. But anyway, Dan over there at Flux, you know, he mentioned kind of this delayed returns. And that's exactly what bear market mining is, in theory, is the delay in returns. Now, again, we always go back to, if you're not covering the power with the coins you're mining, then you may as well buy the coin. You will get more coins, which makes 100% sense. Some of you guys are heating your homes and so on, so it's offsetting your electrical bill anyway with your heating bill. So it's a better option in the first place. Regardless, if you're paying your power bill out of pocket, the delayed returns theory comes back to making 100% sense, because then if it pumps up to this, you would definitely have covered that power. But then it goes back to, if you bought the coin, you would have had more coins for the pump. So, you know, it's a different situation depending how you look at it. But regardless, you would definitely be able to cover your power in the future for the previous power used. So this might bring you into another thing, like when the next bull run hits, do you sell all your coins? And then you can potentially have, like in theory, so this is how I feel, you know, 2025, we're going to see a massive bull run hit again. We sell off our coins, and now we could, in theory, have extra money laying in the back end to cover power for the next couple years again, leading into the 2029 bull market. So then you're mining at a loss, but then you have all that money set aside. Do you just buy the coin again? So it's an endless cycle on what the heck are we going to do in these bear markets to the bull markets. But everyone's a different situation. But could we see Caspa do something like this? Let me know your thoughts. What are you guys saying? Do you think Caspa's going to do something like this? It's going to be insane. We mine because we love it. That is 100% true. We're mining at losses. I actually have, I think I might be at a loss right now. I do got my rigs on Nexa currently. It's probably at a loss at this point because the hash rate went up and the price went down. But I'm thinking about maybe trying to get a little bit more Caspa, because if we do see something crazy like this, it's always good to have a little bag there in the side for cashing in the future. So I'm debating on moving over to Caspa. Definitely got to watch some hash rates and stuff. Again, when we see these large explosions, this may make the traders happy. It's most likely going to go down again, and then we'll just be able to kind of, you know, get more coins by playing the trading. Now, I'm not a day trader. I don't know how the heck all these day traders are reading all these charts and stuff. I got to learn the chart stuff. But I am not a day trader. But if you want to learn the cycles are there. If you play the whole 4-year cycle process, you're pretty much 99% going to win. We're totally low right now. Wait till 2025, dump your bags, and you will most likely win, because 2026 is, again, most likely going to smash out into another bear market. But again, we don't know. We don't know. We have to wait till it plays out. But that's how it's been going ever since 2013. It's difficult to type fast at the phone. I see Caspa shocking everyone. Going to be a top 50 next bull run. Nice. That's awesome. See, MineSum is all in. Full-time YouTuber MineSum is coming, because it's going to be over $1. It's going to surprise people. And I feel the same way kind of about Raptorium as well. I believe that's another coin that no one's really mentioning anymore ever since it first became very profitable. But I think that's another one that's probably going to surprise people, because a lot of people just say, hey, you know, what happened to Raptorium? Where's all their news? What's this? They're doing a lot of stuff, guys. So these are on my main watch list. My top 3 coins right now are probably, it's hard to have a top 3, but you're going to need maybe a top 5. But I really think, you know, Caspa, Raptorium, we got Flux, and something big. You know, Nexa, they're growing pretty darn good as well. Nexa might have to be on there as well, you know, for holding coins. And then I'm up in the air. I have a lot of feelings. You know, I believe in ETC. There's too many coins to mention that could see some nice gains. So it's really hard to fit them into just only a top 3 or 5. It's crazy. But I think Caspa, you know, and Raptorium are probably going to be some of the biggest gainers moving into the next bull run, I think. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Aleo's very interesting. I don't know how it's going to play out yet. That's 100. That's, you know, Aleo right now is like early Caspa. We have no clue what's going to happen. One, it's going to limit the miners on it by quite a bit. It's probably going to turn, I don't know how to explain it, to a more, I don't want to say centralized, because that's bad for a network, but that's almost seems like what's going to happen. That's almost seems what's going to happen with proof of useful work in general, because you need good CPUs to mine that stuff. You need servers. You need decently expensive equipment on top of a good bandwidth connection, which I don't have to run a node. So you're probably going to have to rent something, and it's going to be interesting. Now, if it explodes, that's going to be awesome. but we just don't know. Also, so what is it? All I know about Aleo so far is not very much, but one, it's currently in testnet version 3. They're predicting the price is going to be about 1/10 of Bitcoin's price or something like that, which is an estimate around $60 on opening, wherever it gets listed. I don't even know where that is yet. This is all 100% speculation because we have no idea until it actually happens. And then at that point, the block rewards, I don't know what the actual rewards on the block are, but it sounds like instead of having one miner find the block, it's a multiple miner block found thing. So instead of one guy getting the entire block reward, it's like there's 2 or 3 different solutions within that block to find that block reward, and then it's split between them. So, you know, in theory, if there's a bunch of mining pools out there, even though it sounds like it might just be nodes right now, actually, I believe F2 pool is kind of putting some nodes together to mine there, but hopefully not everything is on one single pool. But in theory, if there's 2 or 3 block, you know, what is it? 2 or 3 addresses or solutions per block. And if someone just has a massive amount of hash rate, they could probably just be finding all 3 solutions per block or 2 out of 3 or something like that. So it still in the end probably works out to whoever has the most amount of hash rate and spent the most amount of money on this crazy high-end gear. So crazy. 3090 Ti is awesome on Caspa. Yeah, do you know what else is awesome on Caspa and probably way better? FPGAs. but they're hard to get. But yeah, for GPUs, I believe, what is it? AMD cards. They have been the Caspa monsters for a while. Well, that's because NVIDIA has been pointing towards Dynex and Nexa and stuff. So Hashrate.nl was pointing them as being more profitable, and the AMD can't mine those. So they've been pretty much stuck on Caspa right now. But yeah, so for the past little while, especially AMD users, they probably got nice Caspa bags because it seems AMD GPUs are always limited to certain things, and NVIDIA just kind of is all widespread. Oh yeah, regardless, if they do manage to get to instant confirmations, the token mining on Nexa will be a big deal and have smart yeah, like Nexa's doing big things, so like they could grow, but they actually was that like what's in the plan is like instant confirmations. That's insane. Actually, I think I heard about something. I just wasn't sure if that was Nexa. That is Nexa that wants to do that? That's crazy. So yeah, like based on what Nexa was saying early on, like if you guys are unfamiliar, Bitcoin Cash, it's a pretty big, decent coin. And these are devs on Nexa from that. And supposedly they're saying Bitcoin Cash wasn't doing or moving fast enough on things they want implemented. So they took off and made Nexa. Now you think they would have just implemented everything on that, but who knows, whatever was going on in the background. It's almost like we have a ETC and ETH thing happening across Bitcoin Cash, and that made Nexa emerge. So could Nexa be the Ethereum of Bitcoin Cash? We will have to wait and see, but that's pretty, if you want to compare the two or Nexa to a chain with Bitcoin Cash, that's pretty much exactly what's going on here, minus the big DAO hack, but it's the mixture between the devs not getting along, splitting something off, and that's what we have. We have Nexa forked from Bitcoin Cash, which is Ethereum forking away from ETC. So Nexa could take off and become even bigger, and that would be pretty insane, you know, if that actually happens in terms of market caps and stuff. And they are claiming, I know, very, very, very fast transaction speeds eventually, but I did not know about the instant confirmations. That would be absolutely insane. That's crazy. And what's good at that? And then if they actually implement, and this is where I find crypto's biggest selling point, biggest use case scenario out of anything is buying real life stuff with crypto. So now if you add instant confirmations onto running to the store to purchase something with your Nexa, I feel that would be a huge leap forward for them, because I'm a true believer of using crypto to purchase things, not just sit there and hodl it. That's what brings value to crypto in my mind. And that's the original use case Bitcoin was designed for. It wasn't designed for NFTs. It wasn't designed for taking a picture and putting it on the blockchain. That's not it. It was designed to become the alternative to fiat, to use to purchase everyday products. That's the main foundation of cryptocurrencies. And that's where I find the most value in coins. And that's why I feel it's coins like Dogecoin, Litecoin and stuff, they are all implemented into a lot of these crypto converters into fiat, into retail stores, web stores, online stores all over the place. And that's where I feel they are huge in terms of gaining nice price value, because their use case scenario is what crypto's roots are. So yeah, That's just what I think. If you hold your crypto and get cash back and free premium, Spotify and other stuff like Netflix. Yeah, like crypto.com card does that for sure. I don't have the tier available for the Netflix subscription, or I would do that because in theory you're getting Netflix for free. And, and then some. You might be getting Netflix, buy Netflix once for a year and get it for free. Now, what do I mean by that? I wasn't really like before, I was saying, crypto.com, I was doing ads for them stuff, but I wasn't allowed to disclose some things. But seeing how they closed all that stuff kind of down in the bear market and stuff, I can talk about stuff. So here's one thing that actually happened to me, and it's actually another plus side for crypto.com, but because now I don't have any contract with them, I can say whatever I want. So I bought RTX 3060s and stuff, TIs, using my card from my Visa card there. And crypto was before it started really pumping up and stuff, right? It was just prior to the 2021 explosion. And I was getting some 3060 Ti's, MSRP, and I was using my Visa card and getting 2% back in CRO. CRO is only worth like what? 4 or 5 cents or something. I can't even remember. Not very much. And then it went to over $1. Those GPUs I got for free from you. And I didn't sell that. I hodled the CRO, but I got them for free. The value went to above what I paid for my cards. That was absolutely insane. I was like, this is awesome. These things are free. So, that's happened to me. That happened to me with 2 or 3 GPUs. I almost did that with the 3090, but prices were going up by then. But it was insane. I used my crypto and I pretty much, everything paid itself off through cash back. And it was absolutely amazing. And then I did spend that on other things and power and stuff like that. But I was like, yes, awesome. It worked in my favor. I'm 100% for this. So, yeah. But I was never allowed to mention any of this because it's almost like false advertisement. They didn't want people going in for the wrong reasons for legal issues. But this is legitly what happened to me. So now I can at least say what it was. How's my Chia rig? Let's actually have a look at that. That's a good idea. I never check on my Chia. I don't know why. I never do. Let's find out. Well, is my Chia doing? Chia, rah, rah, rah. Chia, ha, ha, ha. I'm not a very good singer. Chia, what do you got? What do you got for me, Chia? Oh, you're still online, so that's good. That's good. 32 cents a day. Awesome. Rewards. How much Chia have I mined? I don't even know. Because remember, I only have 24 terabytes or something. You know what? Let's open this up. Engage. I'm going to open up my capture card. Let's see what happens here. Capture card. Let's find it. Find my Chia. Engage. I'll go to full screen so you can kind of see this. Okay, this is going into my server. Is it going into my server? Oh, darn it, I hit the wrong button. Okay, hold on. Now it's waiting for us. Okay, no, this is going into my node. All right, so I got to hit the other button. All right, so now we're going into my server, which is on Roblox. Hold on, guys. We're going to have some Roblox pop up here. Auto clicking away. Okay, cancel. I got to turn off my auto clicker without clicking other things because my keyboard is hooked to my node. So I got to do everything through my mouse. Bear with me. Stop. Okay, minus. And then minus. All right, let's take a look at the Chia. Chia synced offers mainnet tokens 2.5. So I don't know how long I've been now. I got 2.55 Chia with 24 terabytes. So it's taken a long time. You can see how much I'm getting, but that's not too bad. Now, what if Chia hits $2,000 again? That'd be awesome. But yeah, I only got 24 terabytes. It's been mining for over a year now. Sure, it's not very much Chia, but it only uses 8 watts of power. But I got 2.55 Chia from slowly ticking away on the old Chia miner. So that's what it is. That's what I got for Chia so far. Let's open this back up. Turn the auto clicker back on. Avoid all this so it doesn't click at all. Get to the minus. There we go. Back to overclocking my GPUs. There we go. There, Budweiser. I got you a fix. And then now we close it off. Out. Okay, there we go. So that's what my current Chia is looking like right now. Not too bad. Not too bad, actually. I want more, but I can't really afford anything right now. Will Chia pump? I have no idea. It could. It might not. But right now, it's 32 cents per day in theory. That's coming out. Actually, we can actually look at my daily rewards right here. Income, daily rewards. 31 cents, 32, 36, 31, 31, 29, 26, 35 cents. So let's think about this. 35 cents. 24 terabytes. How much can you can 24 terabytes, 31 cents. You know, it takes what $500-600 worth of hard drives with the Evergreen Miner kit, I think is one of them, and then plus the hard drive, plot yourself. That's, you could probably get them same price as a 3070, you know, cheaper than a 4000 series, and it's making 30 cents. Before power, they use about 8, well, altogether, it might be around the 16 watts. But, you know, a GPU, well, they're actually making more than that on free power right now. But like last week, for example, they weren't even making that on free power. So, you know, in theory, it's profitable. It's a profitable thing to mine, depending on, you know, if it'll go up or not. You got plots on 10-year-old hard drives. Nice, John Doe. That's awesome. Where is that place in theory? That's a super nice island I read. What are you talking about? What island? If you guys want to check out any of those Evergreen miners, you know, I do have links to like everything in the description. No, it won't be $1,000. It might get to 100 though. 100, gee, I'm good for 100. You know, there's $200 right there, sitting, waiting. I'm good at that. So, what did I miss? Crypto Strat. Not too much. We're just talking about average stuff, everyday stuff. I see we have 150 viewers, 67 likes. Smash that like button, guys. What's going on? Smash it. I'll see that thing jump up. I want to see 200 likes. Yes, my math isn't good. 200 likes, 155 viewers. Make it happen. We need more accounts here. So this morning I went over that mini Doge miner. Did you guys see it? Mini Doge 2. Actually, I didn't even know it was releasing today. Like, I heard Goldshell released the announcement yesterday, and then I was like, all right, I'm going through the numbers. We're going to check this out. How good is it? And then, you know, I dropped that this morning, and then it turns out that it actually is for sale this morning. I had no clue because Goldshell was saying waiting till the end of the week or something to price it or something. And then now all of a sudden they just drop it. So I was not aware that it actually released today. So I apologize for that. I would have had more things ready within that video for people. But we went through the numbers. Let's just actually go through my spreadsheet right now on that thing. We got, where's my ASICs? Right here. Here's my ASICs. So also there's a new low power mode. I got a DM on some numbers. So I added that into my spreadsheet, which isn't in, oh my gosh, where is it? This one? Can you guys see this? A good one? That one. All right, here we go. We got this one. I got too many buttons. They're not labeled correctly. But here I went through the hash to watt ratios and everything, right? And the mini Doge 2, it does have two hash rate mode and low power mode. So I run my hash to watt calculations differently than a lot of people. It seems like I know Red Panda and I think Chump and I think almost everyone else does it differently. And I don't know why. I like this way better. It makes more sense to me. Maybe I overthink things. I don't know. But they reverse it, so it's coming at like 0.95, 0.55, and so on. But this way is your legit hash rate to watt used, which makes sense. So example, hash rate mode, 1.05 mega hash per watt of power used in this hash to watt ratio, which means if you have 5,700 watts, all you got to do is times 5,700 by 1.05, and that will tell you how much hash rate you can fit on your current network if you were to use a certain miner. And this is what I kind of broke it down here. Now I also added in this low hash mode, low power mode based on the L7, which is actually this one right here. It's sitting at 2.94. So let's run through those numbers quick. Now I went through this 5,700 watts, which is what I have. I have 230 amp, 240 volt breakers. If I went all in on script, and this is where efficiency matters because infrastructure is expensive. So you want to fit the most amount of hash rate as you can on the power that you have. Not only do you make more because you're getting more hash rate for the same amount of power, you're spending less on that power bill and so on. And it's just more for the next pump. So this is where obviously the L7 is better than any miner out there. Now you do have noise and other things. You can mod L7s to make them extremely quiet. I can't do any of these things because obviously I don't have one, but look at the L7, normally 9.5 gigahash version. You could fit 15.78 gigahash on 5,700 watts. Now, I went over, you need two of these. That would actually put you at 64%, so you won't really make it out there. Now, low power mode is looking like it's 2.94 mega hash per watt. That's actually 16.75 gigahash worth of script hash rate that you could fire on to 5,700 watts of power. That's insane. We got the Mini Doge Pro in low power mode, actually full throws on 7.29 gigahash if you were to load up your entire circuit with mini Doge Pros and low power. Hash rate mode would put you at 5.98 gigahash. And then here's the big thing. The L3 Plus. I know they're only $200. They might even drop to $50. But look at that. You're only going to fit 4.3 gigahash and use 5,700 watts of power. Plus, you need the infrastructure if you want to go above that. You can see how they're cheap for a reason. They're not that good. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm going to shoot mine with a gun maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But there are little things you can do. I believe you can pull out a hash board, maybe drop the voltage a little bit more. And obviously you're running at 50% hash, but you might be able to tweak it a little bit better efficiencies. You know, these may be some fun things to take a look at. But for now, you know, they're not looking like a hot miner. The Mini Doge 2 is in theory a way better efficient miner. Now, if you have the infrastructure and you have cheap power, these numbers don't matter. They don't care. If you have a megawatt facility and, you know, your infrastructure is no issue and neither is price, buy whatever the heck you want and load it up. And that's where price and stuff really does, you know, doesn't really matter. You find something cheap, buy it, throw it in. You're good. But people that are really power limited and stuff like myself, I really need to look into maximizing my hash rate for the lowest amount of power possible. And that's kind of what I look at when I look at certain miners. And I see Red Panda Mining in the house. What is going on? What are you up to? Bitmain does watt per hash way because of the kilowatt hour calculator for profitability. Yeah, I don't like it though. I can do my own profitability. I like this way because it makes me visual state how much a hash rate I can legitimately get this way simply by multiplying it into the power that I have. So I like this way a lot better than the other way. Personally, that's a personal preference, just me. I got a lot of power. Red Putz has a lot of power. He has nuclear power plants and stuff going. We all know this. Don't ban me. We're not banning nobody. You have a wrench. We're not banning. You're the one that's probably gonna be banning. I'm just kidding. Scrolling on. Rasa, find some. Hey Panda, what do we got going on in live chat? How to? What is this? Someone said a house something, then it jumped on me. Now, what am I missing? What am I missing? How to limit CPU usage and threads. Hive OS plus perform. Oh, you're talking about the video on how to do it. I gotcha. You're watching the video on that. RPM taking a break. You are wrong. Just own it. Just kidding. I am not wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, fine. I'm wrong. Everyone has a personal preference. This is mine. Any plan to test the 7900 X3D CPU for mining at some point? Potentially. Now, physically, no. But I do know somebody who is getting it in. I will most likely get Hive access. I will not be able to see the actual power draw, but I will be able to test. I think it's a 7950X X3D that he's getting, I believe. But I will be going to hash rates. We'll kind of compare, I guess, the per thread hash versus the 7950X. Now, I really don't think we're going to see any gain, if any at all, because, you know, it's more geared towards gamers. And what I'm hoping that will come out of this is, one, maybe cheaper motherboards, still waiting on that, but hopefully it drops the standard X series, the 7950X, 7900X stuff, maybe down in price, because they are no longer at the top of the latest AMD CPUs. The X3D is taking that over now. So hopefully we can see some price drops potentially. So I'm hoping that's what actually comes there. But I will kind of have a look at it and see what happens. And maybe we can compare, you know, per thread hash and stuff to see if it's actually doing any better performance or not. So we'll see what happens. Let's jump back into here. Oh, what button am I on? How come my button's not lit up? Craziness. Crazy. All right. Back to the live chat. What are you guys talking about? Really expensive to build something new gen. Yes, that's the big thing. New gen tech, very, very expensive. And that's what sucks about it. So like you could build 3900X, 5900X, depending where you get it. 2 or 3 of them probably to a single 7000 series just because of it. Now the 7000 series, without a doubt, is the better option right now. For sure. It's more efficient. You get better hash rates. It's just better. And we didn't see that in the 5000 series. The 5000 up from the 7000, we did not, or from the 3000, we didn't see that. Now, AMD plans on the 7000 series to be around for what, 4 or 5 years. So we're going to see a couple gens out of this, which could be a good thing. The 7000 series, now if this follows suit like the 3 and 5000 series, that means the 7, 8, 9, and whenever they change it over to finally go to AM6, will pretty much in terms for miners be the same, we think. Don't know yet until we see the next ones come out. But if it's the same as the 3 and 5000, they pretty much did the same thing, but they made it a little bit faster on the gaming side. But for mining, performance wasn't changed literally at all. Now, depending what you mine, you might cater to one more than the other. Example, the 3000 series does see a bit more hash rate on the Ghost Rider algorithm. That's your Bitorium, Raptorium, and so on. But on Duro, the 5000 series sees a little bit more hash rate, but it's only limited to only Duro. In terms of all the other coins, they're pretty much exactly the same. Threads per hash, everything. So that's the only difference we really seen between them. So the 5000 series wasn't a big increase. The 7000 series hit, and it was. It is a noticeable upgrade over both the 3 and 5000 series, which is awesome. Efficiency is there, but with new tech comes higher prices. So that's what sucks. So hopefully in the 8000, 9000 series, and if they all do kind of do the same thing, we will see the 7000 series tumble rock bottom in prices, but hash the same as the 8 and 9000 series, which is like, 2 to 4 years newer coming into that. So that's kind of what we got to pay attention to and watch moving into the future. But again, I don't know until they actually release these things. What do we got? Yeah, this is great. What's great news? What are we talking about? What's great news? Are the L7 noisy? I can get free power. Yes. All the big ASICs are noisy. It's not due to the ASIC, it's due to the fans. So you can probably, depending on how hot they get and your ambient temp, you can probably slow down the fans, put on something cooler. But there are mods that you can get. I don't think Fully Electric's in the chat. I didn't see him yet today, but he has a mod. He showed it to me, and there's a lot of pictures over Reddit as well. But it's like this box fan thing. You literally just 3D print or put a mod that you can buy on the back of it. It acts like a hose. It goes to a tube. And then it goes to this quiet fan that's a pretty big, blow-through fan or something, blower fan, whatever. And then it'll suck you can use that as your fan to blow the air through. And that works just fine on these things. And it's very, very quiet. But it is a little more money to utilize. But you can get around the noise levels of these massive ASICs by modding them with these other third parties type of equipment. Now, obviously, you can also go the other route, which is like OCTOMINER. They got their submersive tanks, immersion. You can do immersion cooling. I probably wouldn't recommend the home miner to do immersion. It looks like you need 3-phase power and you need crazy hookups for these things. So I would just go the other route and the other mod. And plus, if you want to resell something, something might not be good when it's full of oil or whatever. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the immersion thing. Maybe if I had like a massive warehouse farm, I would be. But right now, I'm not. It just needs more hookups. It uses more power. Everyone adds all this new stuff onto their hardware, but they never factor in the fact that it's drawing more power. We're crypto miners, guys. We want everything for as cheap as we possibly can. And that way we have the fastest ROI possible. We don't want to stack up, add all these things onto it, increase the ROI just because it looks cool or something, right? So we got to keep these things in mind. We want everything cheap. We want everything now. And we want the least amount of expenses possible as a crypto miner. That's the way I look at things anyway, but maybe not. I don't know. We're all different though. Scrolling through. But the overclocks make up for it or get big radiators. But it is hard to get custom mod radiators. Well, I guess it depends how deep your pocketbook is. It's probably very easy for some people to get custom mod radiators. It just costs a lot. Oh, crazy. Maybe try that solid state blower. I'm not sure which one is that. Yeah, big blowers is quiet. What do we at Rabid fans? What motherboards? Yeah, the AM5 motherboards, crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. You have some old radiators from a Boxster S. Could probably cool an ASIC with that. Give it a shot. Hey, you know what? If you have something already and you want to try and utilize it, go for it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's like, oh, well, at least I tried. But you didn't spend extra money trying to get it. So if you already have something, try and use it. What else do we got here? What else is on the agenda? I didn't really have an agenda. I'm always just go with the flow type of operation. We all know this. We got 124 viewers, 93 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Let's go. Rabid to the moon. Maybe. Actually, I'm scared of heights. I don't really want to go to the moon, but yeah, maybe. The Noctua GPUs are a waste of money for mining. Doesn't Panda have one? That thing looks awesome and it's cool and isn't it really good? But yeah, they're expensive. You know, I always you have all these models. Obviously, when it comes to NVIDIA, the Founders Editions are the cheapest models you can get. That's all I looked for. I don't care about the other miners. I don't have any, loyalty to a certain brand. I don't have any desire for something certain. All I want is whatever the heck is the cheapest. That's what I go for. When's Lambo? I don't know. Hopefully, we have Lambos by 2025, depending on the bags we're all holding. The bag we're holding does something awesome. Other than that, I don't have a straight answer for the Lambo. Craziness. RabidMining, I would be happy just getting halfway to the moon this run. Yeah, no, very true. Very true. Halfway to the moon would be awesome. I think over time, and I know you guys have been looking into things differently, and I've been looking into things differently, but we're all seeing different versions. Now, every cycle brings in new miners, and each cycle seems to get bigger and more people. And then we hit a bear cycle. And now there's that many more people that have never seen a bear cycle. And I'm starting to notice that with you guys and the audience and everything. We're seeing these things. And, you know, a lot of us are noticing things and trying to do more predictions. One thing, though, is, you know, we buy hardware now, which I kind of went over that mini Doge video, is we all want to buy hardware now when it's cheap. And then we want to sell it all in the next bull run because it's going to be worth quite a bit. So, you know, that's the main thing. But if everybody starts doing that, no one's going to be selling any because, they're just trying to offload their used miner already when they already ROI'd it or trying to ROI it or something. But at the same time, we're going to have all these new influx of miners come in and they don't know these things yet. And that's going to be a vicious cycle. And we're going to go through it again. 2025 is going to peak. Most likely we're going to bottom 2026. Everyone's going to say it's not going to happen. Bitcoin's going to keep going higher. Nobody sells because everyone talks about hodling for life. And then we're in the same boat. Oh, I wish I sold, or I wish I would have bought that miner way back when, or I wish I would. It's a whole bunch of I wish, and no one ever does. Guys, it's time for us to start doing, not wishing. So, you know, I feel the cycles, they do work. Now, I'm not a day trader. I don't day trade every day. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to follow charts. But I do feel the cycles have a lot of truth to them. And some people, they say, hey, but that's impossible. It's not that easy. Well, it's not that easy because you listen to the media. It's not that easy because the powers that be don't want to allow you to believe it. But if you look back till 2013, Bitcoin spiked in 2013. It went to the bottom. Actually at 2015, which is a month after December when it spiked, but a little more on that. Then we moved into 2017. It spiked. 2018, it dropped in December. Now, remember, I said 2013, it dropped to the bottom in 2018, or in 2013, it dropped to the bottom in 2015 in January. That is because also every cycle seems to be happening exactly 4 years, but 1 month sooner. So 2014 bottom actually happened in 2015 in January. 2017 spike, 2018 bottom happened in December, 1 year apart. And then 2021 came around, it spiked. 2022 bottom came in November, 1 month sooner each bear cycle around. And it's always been 82 to 86% of the all-time high down to the bottom. Now, the latest one was actually a little bit higher. We actually didn't hit a full bottom. Well, we hit the bottom, but we didn't hit as bad as previous ones. So technically we're in a better bear market than we were in the previous two bear markets. And, you know, Bitcoin was at what, 60 some $1,000 USD. And I was like, hey guys, we're going to hit 14K Bitcoin sometime by the end of the year and stuff in the next bear market. And everyone's like, no, it's not. It's not going to fall below 55. It's not going to below 50. Then as it slowly comes down, it's never going to fall below 40. There's too much support. And here I am pretty much near the high saying 14K is Bitcoin's going to hit. And then all of a sudden, where's the bottom hit, guys? $15,500. I said this around the high of Bitcoin and no one wanted to believe it. Bottom hit, I was $1,500 off the bottom predicting at the high when everyone screams hodl, hodl, hodl. Then you got your mainstream analysts. You got all the guys with billions of subscribers saying every 2 weeks it's going to do something different. One prediction, one shot, smashed it, nailed it. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Now, what's going to happen in the next one? We don't know until we actually start hitting up that high, but it's going to happen again. I really feel we are going to hit those levels, higher all-time highs for Bitcoin in 2025. There's people saying that this year it's going to hit 500,000. That's not going to happen. Don't listen to those guys. They don't know what they're talking about. They might think they do, and all the people that follow them think they do. It's not going to happen. 2023 is not a bull run. This is a sideways average, a lot of ups and downs. Great for trading. I'm not a trader, but it will be a great year for traders, but we're not in a bull run no matter what anyone says. I feel that's not till the end of 2024, a few months after the halving, which right now it looks like April. Once the difficulty adjusts, it's going to probably go back down a couple months. So April, I'm guessing June or July of next year is probably when we'll see the halving come across Bitcoins, which means we'll probably start moving into that bull run around potentially September, October. We'll start to see prices really start to go up, and we'll lead into that 2025 peak all-time high, followed by yet again the bull market in 2026. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting times, and I'm writing this stuff down, so hopefully you can tell me I'm full of BS or something when the time comes. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting for sure. What do we got here? Mining is profitable now. For now, 10 cents was still good in 2018 too. For sure, 100%. And I remember looking back on Panda's older videos. When was that? Like, what were you getting? I can't remember. It wasn't very profitable at the time, but he was still profitable. And then, what was it, like 3 or 4, 6 Ethereum, every week or so. I can't remember. It was a massive amount of Ethereum, obviously, but there was no hash rate around then. And it's crazy. And now you look forward, it's like, oh my gosh, look at the yields. But we're also not seeing those yields that we've seen in previous bear markets because there is so much more hash rate spread across these coins now than unlike those ones. Like, before we're like, yes, we're actually stoked. A bear market is coming. Miners are going to quit. They're going to fall off. Profitability is not there. The yields are going to be insane. And we're not really seeing that. Well, we don't know. They might be great right now compared to what's coming in 2025. That's the other scenario. If something really explodes, the yields right now are great compared to, a 2025 explosion coming up. But I just don't know how big any of these coins are because they do need a huge explosion for a decent amount of profitability once people, because there's still a lot of miners that haven't sold off, but they are just shut down. So once all this hash rate starts coming back on, as profitability slowly picks up, we are going to see profitability levels dip again, even though the price of that coin is getting pretty darn high. I don't know if we're going to see extremely high pumps to those levels, but Kaspa could do it and stuff. But again, like I said, I don't know. Kaspa and Nexa, by the time 2024, 2025 comes around, it's probably, they may end up being fully FPG and ASIC at that point. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens across those coins. I believe Radiant is going to be probably FPGA and ASIC as well. So it's a lot of uncertainty still for the future. And I mentioned it before. I feel 2025 is going to be a rough time still for GPUs, but I feel 2029 will probably be the time when GPU mining starts really rocking again on people's radars. Because if we come out of a fairly not too great bull run in 2025, that's not going to bring much encouragement back to people for the next bull run. Oh, you saw 2025 was garbage, it was crap. I was only making, 60 cents, 70 cents a day after power or something, blah, blah. It's not worth it. ROI is 2 years, 3 years on a new GPU. Now we're moving into 2029. The DAGs are pretty high. We're going to need pretty much newer. The few new gens of hardware has come out since then, and people won't be as pumped for it. Therefore, people that have been sticking around will gain a lot of profitability, and a lot of these coins, which I still feel are pretty young for 2025, like Flux and everything. Don't get me wrong. They could see nice explosions, just not to levels I feel are going to be huge. But in 2029, they're going to be mature at this point. They're going to be ripping. They're going to be roaring. And that's when we're probably going to see a nice spike on potential GPU mining profitability again, until more people start slamming back down and we're going to see a big shortage and everything happen or whatever. We don't know. But that's kind of how I'm feeling things may play out. But I don't know for sure. I have no idea whatsoever. That's just a hunch. What do we got? Caspa, Radiant, Dynex, Neoxa, Meowcoin. Meow. Those are great coins, but that's the thing. Most of those, other than, which one is it? Other than Meowcoin, could see other hardware destroying GPUs. That's the issue we have. But if they aren't, like, it's hard to get FPGAs. It's hard to say if there ever be like a big stock for people to get them. So we might not run into that issue by 2025. Like I went over right, where is it? Close to S. This sheet here shows us that, you know, before Ethereum merged, Nexa and Caspa, they weren't around. And I know a lot of us were talking about maybe a new coin isn't even here yet. Even right now, maybe there's a coin that's about to release that could be our savior. We still don't know, but Nexa and Caspa came out of nowhere. Now, Caspa was around, but it didn't have an exchange or anything yet, and it really wasn't gaining. Now it's gaining traction. It is the second largest coin mining now that's paying miners under ETC. Nexa is the third place one. So this is crazy. These two new coins, which weren't here in Ethereum, are now the next bread and butters behind Ethereum Classic, and the most of them for GPUs, because obviously ETC and stuff is more on the ASIC related now. I don't have FW and stuff. There's still a lot of coins I got to add into here, but we are seeing coins emerge and blowing past in terms of miner profitability, or at least paying out miners more for security than any of the coins we previously had. So that's awesome to see. That's awesome. Very awesome to see. And there is a lot of hope that something is going to really see that nice explosion that we all need. And again, maybe that one that's actually going to do it still may just be on a workaround, or still may be getting released soon. We don't know. We don't know. Previous history, FPGAs will destroy those coins. Yeah, I guess that was all said before too, wasn't it? It was. But was it all up front about it though? Because I don't know. Because like legitly, isn't it like right in the white paper where like Caspa and stuff says, like it's in their white paper. Eventually, these coins will not be very good on GPUs. Other coins, you know, they don't mention these things, but I don't know. We'll see. We just have to wait and see. Have you tried Proton Master Node? It just needs some $53 collateral and gives 3 cents a day. I don't know. Proton Master. I don't know what Proton is. Never heard of it. Well, I think I've heard of it, but it might be for something else. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried any of the Master Node with some Proton thing. Yes, Caspa does have FPGAs on it, but that's the thing. There's not very many. Now, seriously, ask yourself this question. I know there's a lot of people looking for FPGAs for Caspa, for Nexa, for other coins, but they're not available. They're very hard to find, and they are expensive if you ever do find one. But let me ask you this question. If FPGAs were now accessible, ask yourself this right now. FPGA, you could get your hands on one right now at a decent price. Would you go for it? And I'm sure all you guys, or most of you, are probably saying yes, yes, yes. So that's the mentality. If they do become available more, that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's just that they're not that hard, or they're hard to get a hold of right now. So it's not really happening. It's a very slow pace. But people that do have them right now, they're making bank. You gotta acknowledge that. Again, you know, they're expensive. Maybe it depends how they got them. Maybe they robbed somebody. I don't know. But yeah, everyone get wrecked. See, that's the thing. The availability isn't there. But if it was there, it doesn't mean like maybe in 6 months, a big shipment comes in out of nowhere. Yeah, we've been working on these. Here you go. Boom. Everyone buys them up. Like that could happen sometime. We don't know. But the way it's looking right now, they're just very hard to get. And we're just saying, oh, it's not going to happen. But it could happen. We always need the could part in there. I have the pick of the FPGA farm, but I'll be back. Is that your farm? I think that's your farm. Panda, why do you say the FPGA farm? Why don't you just say I have the pick of my barn farm with the FPGAs in it? Be upfront. I'm just kidding. Oh man, that's crazy though. Imagine FPGA farm. That's where they all went. They're gone. Network is wrecking everyone the last week. Yeah, the crazy thing. Panda element. Craziness. What do we got here in this live chat? I'll stick with RTM and XMR, mining Caspa and exchanging for BTC. Yeah, I'm debating on, you know, I'm really thinking I should get some more Caspa coins. I don't have the hash rate, or I'm not able to support my GPUs that can't cover power for very long. But I do feel it's probably a good idea to have a bag of cash, but it's probably a good idea. So does FPGAs on Casper. Yeah, he has FPGAs as in a bunch, or he just has one or two, doesn't he? Well, I know Panda has a couple too. I've never got my hands. Hey Panda, can you send me an FPGA, please, buddy? We're like neighbors. No, they're too profitable. I'm mining on them right now. Okay, sorry. I just went through that conversation for you guys. What is a Leo? I can't find much details about it. I don't know much details about it, but it's not for the everyday average miner. Okay, let's have a look. Aleo mining applications, Aleo Explorer. Where's that website? What are those guys called? Aleo mining. Leo mining, engage. Have two pool, those guys. How come now I can't find it? It's always in my, whenever I go to searches for you guys, I never find it. Okay, Xeon nodes, beginners. Okay, these guys kind of got a beginner's guide. This is what I don't get. This is what I find hilarious. We went through this the other day though, but like seriously. Okay, open this up. The basic system requirements for mining a Leo are minimal. Keep in mind, they're saying they are minimal. They are not minimal, especially for the average miner that thinks you just slam a bunch of GPUs into an X1 slot. But it is worth noting that technical know-how would be required in addition to the system requirements. So if you know anything about Filecoin, I would put this more into the level of Filecoin mining than GPU mining. But regardless, look at this. For a CPU, you need a 16 core, but they prefer a 32 core CPU. You know, that's not your average consumer grade CPU. For RAM, you need 16 gigabytes, but 32 is preferred. And then operating system, you need Ubuntu, so you got to roll with Linux here. Storage, 128 gigabytes, and a network bandwidth of 50 megabytes down and up. I can't even do a flux node, and this is double a cumulus flux node. Now, I don't know if this is the requirements, though, only for running the node itself. You could probably rent a VPS, or I think these guys here even rent them for you and stuff, but I don't know. And there was another place I looked. I can't remember. This 16 cores is actually per one GPU. So you need like 16. No, I saw one was 8 cores. It was 8 cores per GPU. So if you put in 2 GPUs, you need 16 cores. You put in 3 GPUs, you get the kind of idea what's going on here. You need a bunch of a CPU power to match each individual CPU. This is not going to be something cheap to just jump into and build a farm out of. It's going to be crazy. And I feel the early mentions of potential proof of useful work, and again, we're starting to hear more people talk about it over and over again. But I believe earlier, you know, proof of useful work, put your GPUs to work, do some rendering, do some AI stuff, do all this. Your normal rigs to do that. I think that was 100% misinformation from the get-go. Everyone started talking about proof of useful work, how it's the next best thing. It's going to be awesome. It's miner savior. But it's moving more to what I originally thought of. And just go back to editing a normal video. You render it out. You need the faster you render, the bigger the core CPU, the better the GPU, the more memory in the GPU, and so on. So this looks like it is leading that way, more towards what?
Did you get done with work?
No.
I'm done.
Oh, okay. But I think it's leading more towards intensive powered workstations and I guess server systems and so on to begin getting into proof of useful work, because you need times 16, you need times 8 slots, not your times 1 OCTOMINER is not going to go out there. Like if you throw in 12 3090s into an OCTOMINER and try rendering out a video versus some guy that probably has an epic CPU and a 4090 Ti that's not even out yet, but it's probably coming, he's probably going to make more than your freaking 12 by times 1 slot X12. So it's going to be interesting. I don't really know the whole full specs. It's slowly coming to light. But again, I don't know. I think it's a term that's been just thrown around everywhere for too long, and everyone just turns their own version into it. But in theory, to actually do these things, you need better equipment. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. That also leads us, what is Dynix doing? We don't know what Dynix is doing. They say they're doing proof of useful work. It's not using any power. It's just using a bunch of memory. If they're actually doing something, great. If they're not, I have no idea. So, there's that whole aspect of everything as well, because then that goes against everything all the other proof of work is saying, because you need all this other stuff, but with that, you don't. So there may be a whole bunch of different variations of it. So No idea. It's going to be crazy. Oh, what do we got? Fully Electric is in the house. Very true, but they did not know at the time what it really would take to do. Okay, okay, hold on. Now they have an alpha. They found out they need a minimum. Okay, seriously, you're a blockchain developer. You're supposed to be super smart. You're a dev. I'm a nobody making videos, and I can tell you right there, I need fast speed to render a freaking video. How do you not know that you need more than one PCI Express lane to do some type of AI work or something? That makes zero sense to me. I think they were aligned from the start to pump up their own situation so everyone would buy into it, then eventually be like, oh guys, guess what? You probably can't do it because you need to buy this hardware instead. That's what I think about this. It is way overhyped crap that people are talking about. We really got to get down and realize, people should have known this by now. It's pretty common sense that you're going to need more work. But again, until they actually fully implement it, and maybe they can tweak it better, we might get better observations out of it and better results. But right now, it's not what everyone thought it was going to be. That's the bottom line. I'm just saying, that's my 2 cents. I don't know. This is just my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Just what I think. My 5950X and 3090 Ti exports my Adobe Premiere 10 plus 10-minute video in like 3 minutes. Nice. See, look at that beast. Now, now what if you were to take that Red Panda, export your video and, convert it to a ×1 slot. Go render a video in your OCTOMINER and see how long it takes. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's pretty common sense of the equipment you need to decently render out a video in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, good point, but everyone loves server cases now, so it will work out. I just moved to server case with all X16 slots. Well, it depends. You can get all 16 slots, but you got to keep in mind, does each X16 slot, not just the length of a full-length GPU slot without a riser, the X16 slot, does it actually support full time 16 lanes? And once it does the motherboard support the lanes to cater to each slot? And does the CPU support the motherboard to equal all the lanes? Everything's going to have to cater to it. You're going to need friggin' epic CPUs to run all this crap. But no one's mentioning this, but who knows? They might have a different workaround about it, and that's going to be expensive. So we'll see what happens. Again, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting riled up here. This is crazy. I should slow down. I need to breathe. Oh, what do we got? Okay, I went through that. Fundamental, were you lurking? All right, I'm taking a nap later, Jet. See you later, Network Bits Crypto. What's going on? You can hack passwords with your... Yes, I heard about that. Actually, a while back, there's people putting their CPUs to work to try and crack Bitcoin seed phrases. Yeah, that's a thing. On some XMR Discord or something. I was like, what? This is crazy. But I don't know. I don't think anyone ever cracked one. But in theory, they're trying to. PCI Express ×1 lane, 250 megabytes. PCI Express ×2, 500 megabytes per second. Yeah, and the up and so on. Hey, what are your videos in Panda actually? Are they in 1080 or 4? Are you doing 4K? I gotta find no, I'll get copyright. Panda will copyright me. I better not post one. I never actually looked to see if they're in. Oh, they are in 4K. Awesome. Trying to think what mine does. How long does it take me to render a video? I guess it depends on the length of it. What would you say? You said 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, 10-minute plus video. 3. Yeah, that's awesome. 5950X and the 3090 Ti also. I only got 3090. Yeah, that's some fast stuff. All good points, and you're correct. The CPU specs should be released for only 8 to 12 GPUs. Should not be an issue with many newer server CPUs. That's very true too. Server CPUs. That's what we need. Server CPUs. What's a server CPU? A Xeon, an Epic. Those are server PSUs. Again, the Intels, I guess, can be cheaper depending on them. But that's the other thing they don't list here, though. What's the speed requirement that they want on some of these? Now, most of them are only in like the 2.3. I believe the latest Epics, they're hitting like 3 point something. That's pretty insane for a freaking 64-core CPU. And I believe the 96 core, that's actually in the 3s also. I don't know. But those things are like $30,000 just for a CPU. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Craziness. ASUS was an X299 motherboard. I read RabidMining. Good quality risers can usually support Gen 3 as well. I do think that should handle a lot of compute. Nice hope for GPU mining. How long before GPU prices jump? That's the thing. I guess we'll see if crypto comes out. I see a lot of things. People aren't buying GPUs anymore. Why gamers don't care about GPUs? I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy all the stuff that's floating around right now in bear markets. Xeon W Scalable have 112 lanes average. That's enough for 8x16 lanes. Awesome. Yeah. But then again, you know, we're talking about Xeon. We're talking servers. We're dealing with proof of useful work and service. I just want to talk back to when everything first started coming out. It was catered to miners able to just transition your OCTOMINER rigs, your mining rigs over to proof of useful work. Now, as more things are coming to light, that is not the case anymore. And that's pretty much what I was saying from day one, is how are they able to do this? I think there's something not right here, and no one ever listens to me. And now here we are. Oh, you're going to need times say 8. You're going to need times 16. You're going to need freaking server CPUs. And we're seeing this now. It's crazy. Yeah, you're getting one, aren't you, Panda? Or do you already have it? Because I was talking to OCTOMINER too. I seen that they're supposed to be releasing something new, and they said we're sending one up for Panda for testing, and we'll talk to you when we get more production. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait. But did you get it in yet? Did they send it? What's going on with that? I did hear that they are doing a server thing. Same with Ipollo. I believe this is turning into a thing. Ipollo is working on a server as well. Actually, let's take a look at the Ipollo website. You guys may have seen this the other day. Ipollo, BT, Ipollo. Let's look at this. Bam, you guys see this? Right here. First gen is coming. So this is legitly for, let me go through my email again. Or maybe it's my it's for ZKP and something graphical intensive programming and rendering. And it's also supposed to mine a Leo. This is actually coming, new product from Ipollo. It is an Leo miner. It is a server. It is based on all the stuff. So more and more companies are starting to build devices for this. And we don't really know much about a Leo and stuff yet. So it's going to be interesting. Is this thing going to take off or is it not going to take off? But people are building for it right now. It's going to be crazy. Now, Ipollo also released or showed a version of a 2U server, which looks kind of like a Jazz miner, but it looks like they took it off their website now. But I did get confirmed on their Telegram that they do have like a Jazz miner, Ethash miner kind of coming out here soon, but that still is, they still don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see. Leo miner, interesting. Yeah, it is. Like, more companies are starting to build for this. So now it sounds like OCTOMINER's doing it. We got Ipollo potentially doing it. I don't know if they're the same thing, because OCTOMINER sounds like it holds GPUs as well. That Ipollo one doesn't really look like it does, but it does have oh crap. It does have actually a pretty beefy. I wish I could find that now. Where was it? Let's take a look. I'm gonna open up something else somewhere else and see if I can find it. Ipollo was talking about this somewhere. So it does have like some beefy GPU in it. Let me see. But they didn't say what it was. They're just hinting that you need a beefy GPU. Hold on, guys. I'm going to some third-party stuff here. Open up there. Is that it? No. Is that it? No. Is that it? No, no. Come on. Now I can't find it. Where'd they do the write-out? Ah, this is it. Coin to mine. Oh, this is on a different thing. All right, let's look at this. So Ipollo launches a series computing device. So this is why proof of work is gaining traction now, but here's where we go. So look at with the heating up of ZK and AIGC industry. I don't even know what that means. Panda, let us know what those two mean there, okay? There's a growing demand for devices that can support ZK and AIGC computing. The devices that meet this computing demand have higher requirements for CPU and GPU computing power. In response to this specific demand, Ipollo launches the A-series computing device. So that's what this is. This is a crazy thing coming out. So the appearance of the Ipollo's newly designed A series is similar to that of a desktop host, computer host, which can be removed on all sides, making installation more convenient. So you can rip all these sides off and everything that you want. The graphics card with high performance and large memory and the CPU with high core are used in the interior. So they didn't say what the GPU was or the CPU, but it has a high core count and it has a high performance with a large amount of memory within this thing. The memory of the graphics card can be used to render scenes. The larger the graphics memory, the more scenes can be rendered in parallel. CPU can be used for parallel computing. The more cores, the strong the overall computing performance. So there's just a quick rundown, but they are gearing themselves towards this proof of useful work, towards this Aleo computing. And, you know, it's not what everyone originally thought it was going to be. So we're going to say Aleo in China is huge. So China's starting the next bull run according to a lot of people. So Aleo will be huge. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Aleo. I will not be able to run a node or anything from my house. It's impossible. That's double of what my internet is. I can't do that. So if I was to attempt it, I'd have to rent something. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, it's interesting. Will it take? If it takes off, it might be worth it. Tom's Hardware last year said Aleo may give GPU miners another hope. But now looking at all this, it's more than just GPU mining. Same with the proof of useful work thing. You're going to need that CPU as well as high memory cards where 4090s, 4090 Ti's, 3090s, 3090 Ti's. What is that? A5000s or something, or whatever those other workstation cards are. It's going to be expensive. Like I said, think of early Filecoin when they were talking about the beast you needed to run that. Got to get that memory. Yeah. So, well, technically a 3060. So that makes you wonder though, like, again, no one knows what's going on with Dynex, but it is a lot of memory that is utilizing Dynex. Are they actually doing something legit that's proof of useful work? No idea. Or are they just scamming everybody and eventually it's going to be a rug pull? We got to wait for these things to prove themselves to us, not let the devs defend the crap out of their coin until eventually something happens. Like, seriously, what person in their right mind is going to admit that they are going to rug pull you? Zero. None. They need to prove to us. So we just have to wait and do it. Like I said, I do mine Dynex when it gets profitable, but I don't hold it. I sell it. Why not mine what's most profitable and just sell it right away? That way you're not stuck with that bag. So, you know, that's my perspective. If they prove to do something good, then maybe I'll start holding some. But for now, we'll just have to wait and let them prove themselves to us. But based on that memory thing, that's what they're kind of doing there, but it's not very power intensive. But we do have this move, you know, into the proof of useful work thing. And it does seem like bulky server type of aspects are going to be needed for it. Dan will tell you. LOL. Hey everyone. So stop buying cheap motherboard CPU combo. Check. Yeah, like, you know, I got the CPU farm here. You know, maybe I could double it up into something that could be kind of cool as well. But you know, it'll be hard to say. Is it going to be worth pairing a 3090 onto one of those and doing something? We'll just have to see what the profitability looks like. But I definitely got a bunch of CPUs that could probably do something also. Dynex is hard on GPUs. Now that depends how you look at it. When I was actually rendering my video the other day, Dynex performs exactly the same as my video. You know, Dynex only uses power when it's being used. You know, that's the whole aspect. You're not mining, you're not doing something 100% of the time. When it's not being used, that's when your power goes down and it sits there kind of idle. That's like an idle power draw that is pulling. And then when it's used again, that's when it goes up, and it doesn't really go that high. So it all depends. I would go say Ravencoin is probably way worse on your GPU than maybe what Dynex is, because you're up and down constantly all over the place running super hot, where this is running cool, which is better for your GPU and efficiencies. And it, you know, it's on, then it's off, and then it's kind of on, and then it's kind of off. But it relates pretty much. I was watching the bars one day and I was like, am I mining right now? And when I was trying to render my video, I was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, wow, you know, the wattage on my afterburner was doing the same spikes for around the same amount of time as when I was Dynex mining. So it confused me, and it kind of got me thinking a little bit. And I was like, no, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing here. 3090s, 4090s rough to win. Be right back. Gotta buy all of them now. Proud to know. Well, can you at least send me one or two? I gotta do testing too. You can't make all the content on it. But yeah, no, that's the way it's looking. High memory GPUs, 30s, 90s, 4090s. And it's funny to think about. When the 4090 first came out, a lot of people were saying how it's crap and it's garbage. We tested it day one and we thought, you know what? This is actually a good GPU. Now we're fast forwarding a few months and now more people are starting to realize, oh, you know, the 4090 is actually pretty good. The 4090 is an amazing GPU. It's just that it's super expensive compared to everything else. But we are going to start probably wanting high memory based GPUs at this point, especially with all the proof of useful work and everything that's coming. It seems like memory, and it's not memory speed. You can have slow arse memory. They just want memory size, where AMD could, if they make miners and all this stuff available for AMD, AMD could take over the market due to the fact that they do put so much memory within even their mid-tier GPUs. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, the future progression of this. So we're kind of back and forth right now. 4090s looking awesome. 3090s looking awesome. But if AMD gets hit on this and gets a part of it, we could see the mid-range AMDs being a much better value. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we never hear about AMD because there really isn't that much support for them through a lot of these coins and miners and stuff. So it does kind of suck for sure. But, you know, we may start hearing about AMD quite a bit again if we get all this proof of useful work and high memory GPUs into use. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be fun stuff. I have so many Navi 21s and 22s. If they do come out with a miner, should be in good shape for that memory soak and algo train. Yeah, for sure. You have 40 AMD GPUs. Yeah, look at that. So many people have AMD GPUs and no NVIDIA. See? So some of us, you've probably been on Caspa for a while then. How crazy? Rocking that Caspa. Holy my gosh. We've been live for an hour and a half. This is insane. NVIDIA the way. There's DJ Mines. He missed the first half of the stream, so he's kind of left in the dark saying NVIDIA all the way. He doesn't know what's going on. I'm just kidding, DJ. What are you doing? What's going on? What are you up to? Rabid, Chump Change will start streaming in a few minutes. Thanks for the stream. Hey, all right, no problem. RX 6000 cards are epic miner on Flux. Flux, let's do it. Snow day, no work today. Oh, awesome. You're on a snow day? That's awesome. All right, guys. But yeah, we are probably going to wrap this one up, though, because I didn't expect to go so long. It was just a random stream. I want to talk about some profits going up. And we just went off the deep end with all this other stuff. It was crazy. Absolutely insane. But it was a lot of fun. So, you know, starting March, maybe I'll start streaming again tomorrow. We'll pick this up and go again. We'll see. Do you guys want me to go live again tomorrow? Let me know if you comment later after this video or something. If you watch it, we'll check that out. But I will see you guys all in the next one.
Rabid out.